Tottenham take on Manchester City. No Jose Mourinho in the dugout. Mark, you wrote this. At Man United, Mourinho was the right man at the wrong time. At Tottenham, it just works.
When did I write that? Wasn't last week, was it? I remember.
Gab just sent it to me.
I remember being on the. I remember being on the show with you about, I think it was a couple of days after he was appointed, and I actually said, if he wins a trophy at Tottenham and they've done well and the fans will accept him. And they've taken that chance away. A week before the cup final, they sack him. I can't believe any team has sacked the manager going into a cup final. And I mean, let's be honest, you know, Ryan Mason is 29, is a coach who's only coached the young kids. Tottenham have basically abandoned their chance of winning the Carabao Cup now because Pep Guardiola against a kid he's a kid, he's 29, who's never coached a professional team in his life. Why don't they keep Mourinho for another week? Mourinho could have got a performance out of that team, could have won the cup, and then move him on. But I just think Tottenham have just blown the chance of winning that Carabao Cup now.
What happened, Mark? Why did Daniel Levy make this decision, as you say, in the lead-up to a cup final?
Well, results. I think the Everton game at the weekend last Friday was kind of signified that Tottenham weren't going to get in the top four. We didn't know at the time that Daniel Levy already had him in the Super League. But I just think that they've run out of chances to get in the top four. And I think it's fairly obvious that the majority of the players at Tottenham weren't buying into the way that Mourinho wanted his team to play. And also, I think Daniel Levy looked at people like Dele Alli sat on the sidelines thinking, I've got this asset here, this 50, 60 million pound asset, not playing. I might lose him in the summer for a lot less than he's worth. And Gareth Bale isn't working out very well either. So I just think Levy felt that Mourinho wasn't getting the best out of his team and he wasn't getting the most out of his assets.
If you get 60 million for Dele Alli, you're doing well at the moment. Don, what does this tell you about the...
Well, Daniel Levy could.
Who would buy him? Don and his percentage ways. Don, looking at it overall, obviously there was clearly a disconnect between the players and the coach, because why else would you do this?
Yeah, but boo-hoo. I mean, listen, I'm not saying Jose Mourinho was ever going to be the answer for Tottenham Hotspur. I never felt that from day one. I got conned a little bit a couple of months in when he was all smiling and he was all jokey. I thought, I'm seeing a different side of Jose, but I was naive, and then he reverted back to type. But boo-hoo, you know, as I said last night, I mean, some of these Tottenham players, when Jose Mourinho, in my opinion, he goes into Tottenham, before he's even put a tracksuit on, he's got to then turn around to his coaching staff and he's got to go, right, how do I talk to Serge Aurier today? How do I talk to Dele Alli today? How do I talk to Eric Dyer today? What am I going to say to Gareth Bale? Harry Winks is another one. And the list goes on and on and on. So Jose Mourinho is a manager, as a motivator. Maybe his days are numbered and maybe the game's passed him by. But I've still got a massive feeling in my stomach when I watch the relationship between manager and players. The players at Tottenham need to step up, by the way. They need to do a lot more. They need to harden up. They need to man up. Because if they can't take criticism of Jose Mourinho and just go under because the manager's having a go at them, I think it tells you more about the players than it does the manager.
I think that feeling in your stomach might have been that curry that you had last night, I think, by all accounts.
No, do you agree, Craig?
Listen, that's...
Craig, do you not agree?
Listen, that's the second time you've been conned this year, so if you do see Jose Mourinho outside a gas station and he said he hasn't got the fare money to get back to Portugal, he's conning you. Trust me.
And if he tries to sell Dele Alli to you, don't do it.
I would buy Dele Alli in a petrol station for 60 million.
Well, listen, I think the only... honestly, but I think the one thing for me is I think, and I've thought this for a while, I didn't mind Mourinho's tactics at Anfield early in the season. When they created chances, probably could have won the game against the Liverpools, that, you know, defensive counter-attack. But as the season went on, and he was doing it against almost all and sundry, even when the teams in the bottom half, and not getting results, it just doesn't wash. I've thought for a while, Mourinho's only exit now is really international football, where he doesn't have to do the day-to-day dealing with the players, because that seems to me nowadays one of his big problems. It was a big strength of his in the early days. It's now a big hindrance of his in the latter stages, because you can't foster that kind of relationship on a daily basis and then turn it around in a weekend. And I think international football is a different animal. He doesn't have to do that. He sees the players once every 6 weeks or 2 months, whatever it is, with a big smiley face, and everyone's happy, and then they all go away. I think Mourinho is struggling with the day-to-day management of the modern players, particularly the ones that are not in the same mental and, in terms of ability, the same place as the great ones that he had at Madrid, at Milan, and at Chelsea in the early days.
Yeah,
but Dan, I think that we'll have to go back to. Okay, this is the same as Sheffield United. I wanted a passes and Don gave it to me and I scored. I think that the thing going back to why you fire a manager 6 days before the League Cup final, that is the mission is to humiliate him. And I think that is the signal of what has been happening behind closed doors. Yes, we can talk about weak players, we can do everything, but I think that when we'll see back that when the stories will come out, he'll probably lost the dressing room as he did at Manchester United, and there could be different reasons for that. And I also, with the boys, with Jose Mourinho, I like Jose Mourinho. I think he's a part of our football that we love to see. But I'm not sure that we would love to have him in his dressing room on his moody day. Don and me, we had Howard Kendall in his underwear on the bus. I mean, that was another time. So sometimes we should be. It's difficult to analyze what's going on behind the closed doors. And if you don't get the possibility to lead your team out on the League Cup final and they fire you 6 days before the game, well, just tells you the story.
Mark, is he done in the Premier League?
Yeah, I mean, he's done Chelsea, Man United, Tottenham. I don't see where else he goes. I don't see him taking a job outside the Big Six, and I don't see him going to any of the other Big Six. I think that's him. The Premiership, the Premier League has had enough for Jose Mourinho. I think that's it. Where does he go? I do think he's probably got another club job in him. I'd never rule out PSG. They want to win something. I think that could be his last big job, PSG, because if it doesn't work for Pochettino, I think it would fall into place. But yeah, international football for me, it's an obvious route. I think it'd be taken by an opportunity to manage at the World Cup, I think, in 2022. But let's see what happens. But I do think that he's got one more club job in him.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.